Hello, fellow educators. I'm here to talk to you about my 5th grade social studies lesson for gifted and talented students. While they're gifted and talented, there's a million things they haven't done, so let's get started. My approach to designing this lesson was to take advantage of the natural curiosities of my gifted learners. Now, my class has multiple students, I'm talking about 10 or more, who are obsessed with Hamilton the musical. And I knew that anything related to the American Revolution would spark a desire to learn more. So what you'll notice as we work through this lesson is that I provided as little structure as possible and will instead let their independent research guide their learning. So the unit as a whole will be looking at the important people and events that led to the success of the American Revolution. We're going to use some vocabulary videos to help get the kids started in their learning and to be motivated towards a deeper understanding of the content. As we move through the content here, you'll see that we're going to have class discussions about maybe what we already know about the content and really what we want to learn. We're not going to do anything official like a KWL. However, we're going to record all of our research findings in a Microsoft Sway that will be submitted to the teacher. We're going to take a look really quick here at some of the videos that we're going to use to get started, as well as some of the other internet-based resources we have. So here we have listed the online resources we'll be using. As I mentioned before, it'll be vocabulary. We'll be using Encyclopedia Britannica, Gale resources, and Office Sway. So I've selected 3 different videos within vocabulary that I think will help set the stage for our independent resource. We're going to look at some of the ideals that our founding fathers had, as well as the American Revolution itself, a more broad overview, and finally the Declaration of Independence. Now, after the students have viewed these videos and they're starting to develop their own questions, they're going to jump over to resources like Britannica School, where they can look based on different levels of difficulty and research their specific topics. We also have the Gale resource, which allows us to dive a little deeper into some research as well. And then all of that research is going to be compiled into a Microsoft Sway that, like I said before, will be shared with their teacher. Now, with the Microsoft Sway being the culminating task for the first lesson, that's going to lead directly into what our second lesson entails, where they'll be working in groups to create a dramatic representation of some of the events and the people who affected the success of the American Revolution. So within their groups, they'll be compiling all of their independent research into a script that they'll work through a storyboard, and they'll prepare the early stages of their filming. Within the overall lesson plan here, I've created 2 checklist sort of documents that will allow the students to see exactly what is expected of them for each assignment, the sway and the dramatic presentation. As you see here, we've broken down the filming into 4 really critical steps. The scripting and storyboarding, the actual filming, we've provided the students with microphones and green screens and tripods that will enhance their videos. And then they'll be doing the editing on the iMovie platform, and then once everything's complete, they will be presenting the class with their finalized videos. And finally, once they're finished with all of their work, they have 2 rubrics that will be available to them at all times, so they know it's exactly what's expected of them and how they'll achieve their overall grade. So we have one for the Microsoft presentation rubric here, and it's broken down. Both are broken down as exceeds proficiency, proficient, approaching proficiency, and needs improvement. As we scroll down here, we see that there's also the dramatic presentation rubric, and things have been specified to each assignment. And finally, I'd like to talk just a bit about the teacher role in this whole assignment. Instead of that kind of sage on the stage approach, teachers really are going to kind of take a step back and act as a facilitator, so as to not place their own limitations on their students and allow the students to perhaps grow beyond what we could expect of them. Good luck.